Low carb and keto lifestyles go great with intermittent fasting. We have done many, many different methods of intermittent fasting. Some of them have been fantastic and we continue to do them, and some were total fails. And we are going to discuss those intermittent fails today. Have you done any of them? All right, Keith, so we have to start with what we would put down in our book as your biggest fail.
Right. So 9-10 months ago I did a 10-day fast. And
Extended fast, yeah.
extended fast, and I had bone broth. That was what I had every day. It was like 40 calories or something.
And people kind of
and we still got to, there's like
you're eating.
Fasting is a religion to some people.
It is.
I mean,
It is a religion.
It is included, right? But it is, some people are very ideological about it. But we kind of typically tend to follow whatever the experts are saying. If they say that, a fat fast is fine or a bone broth fast is fine, then we're okay with that. We'll still call it a fast. So 10 days of not eating. And I got to tell you, over the past 2.5 years, I've done a lot of not eating, and
yes.
I'm kind of tired of it. So 10 days, I committed to this, and so about halfway through, I was doing okay, actually. And we had followed some of the things in Dr. Jason Fung's book, and I was expecting some of the feelings of high energy and things that they had talked about. That really never kind of happened for me. And days 7 and 8 and 9 and finally 10, they just drug on, and I just had it.
Yeah, and I think we did push that to its limit, probably more than we would have had we not been doing this on YouTube. I mean, we had a commitment.
Your fault.
or your stubbornness, and one or the other. But the aftermath, it wasn't just, you actually succeeded. You did get through the 10 days, but the aftermath is where we would probably call the fail.
Right. So as we're 10 months past that point, my latest blood test did show that I had my thyroid and my testosterone levels, while both what are considered in the normal, they've definitely lowered from where they were. And I think my feeling is that 10-day fast may have done some lasting damage to me that I'm going to have to work to kind of get back to where I was.
Yeah, that many days in a row of very low or no calories did seem to affect your metabolism for a long term. So it was certainly a fail.
Yep.
Now, I've never done anything to that extreme or even close.
Yeah.
For me, fails come from really just getting too hungry on a intermittent fasting. And I'm looking at you after just talking about a 10-day fast, and I'm thinking, who am I to say, I get a little too hungry after like 16 hours or something like that. But I think this is a really rookie mistake. A lot of times that we make. Intermittent fasting is such a popular topic, and for good reason. It does accelerate weight loss because of its effect on keeping the blood sugar and the insulin under control. But we can get too zealous, and we can push ourselves a little bit more than maybe we're comfortable with, either mentally or physically. And sometimes that can cause rebound eating. Right. And you end up eating more calories, just kind of that mental rebound.
So the next one that we report on pretty recently is an alternate day fast, where you fast one day, and so from the Monday evening you stop eating, and then you don't eat again until Wednesday morning. So that's a 36-hour fast. And then on those days in between, the study that we talked about, they ate ad libitum, which meant they ate whatever they wanted. Now, we didn't include like high carb foods and like a cheat day, quote unquote, kind of thing. We just kind of went back to where we ate normally, and then we'd have the fasting day. And there's two ways to do it. To do it the total fast, so that those 36 hours that you're not eating anything. You can have non-caloric drinks, coffee, unsweetened tea, water, that kind of thing. There's another way of doing it where during those 36 hours that you're fasting, you can have up to 500 calories. And they call that a modified alternate day fast. Oh, we tried both of those. I did the first week of the total thing, and then you joined me on the second week when we switched to the modified thing. Mm-hmm. If you've watched that video, you know that first week I was good on Tuesday, I was good on Thursday, and then Saturday was my third fasting day. Yeah. And I just got too hungry. I was just, again, I was just sick of not eating.
Yeah. Right, so there's that mental component for sure with the alternate day fast, which is a complete fast for a day, a little bit longer, and then you can feast. We did the modified alternate day fast where you got 500 calories a day and then had a bigger eating day or the next day. That one we would not put in the fail column, but the true...
It was doable.
Yeah, the true alternate day fasting, that was a fail. I don't think that was necessary.
Right. So that brings me to the point of what I call metabolic adaptation. I think this is the big cautionary point of doing any of these fasting kinds of things. Your body definitely adapts to these lower caloric days, and so if you do anything on successive days, I think you're in danger of lowering your metabolism. Now, the alternate day fast, with the way the study did it, they had them not eating and then they could eat whatever they want. Overall, for that time that they were doing that, their caloric intake for the fasting day and the eating day combined was still less overall. Now, the way we did it, it may have been like really less overall because we didn't just like go crazy. Mm-hmm. And we've talked in past videos about my idea of calorie cycling.
Right.
I have like kind of 4 different levels of calories, so a little bit above what I would normally have as my maintenance, and then several steps down to maybe 400 calories a day. And I did kind of intersperse those, but I'm very careful not to have one low calorie day follow another low calorie day, mm-hmm. because I think that's when your metabolism is going to just say, look, there's nothing coming in. Let's just shut things down.
Right. Yeah, and we always talk about that, throwing your body a curveball, and intermittent fasting can be utilized in that way. It's what you're doing with the cycling, basically. It's a good idea because the body does adapt. But that can also play in your favor when you're utilizing intermittent fasting, because when you are keto adapted, you are fat adapted, meaning that you have switched your body's metabolic hardware over, so to speak, so that your body now has more enzymes to deal with the high fat, and you're not dealing with the high sugar diet. Your blood sugar level steadies, and you are able to utilize intermittent fasting much more comfortably. So I'm going to call this our fourth fail, our final fail. And maybe we didn't do this one, but I think this is a common one. And we'll just call it not being fat adapted when you start intermittent fasting. And what I mean by that is that you go from a very high carbohydrate diet, kind of the poor diet, right? The standard American diet where it's very high in refined carbs and sugars, and you decide, I'm going to do intermittent fasting to lose weight, and your blood sugar crashes.
Right. So there's a little bit of an adaptation there that we're talking about too, right? So if you're fat adapted and you can burn that fat, much easier. Mm-hmm. So you've kind of ramped your machinery up to here and you're burning fat. Now, if you drop the calories down, your body pulls more of that fat and you're burning it at a higher level than you normally would be. Mm-hmm. So it is, I think being fat adapted is a key to making any kind of intermittent fasting, mm-hmm. Whether it's, the standard stuff or even, up to like an OMAD kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you are not fat adapted yet, if you have not been following a low carb or a ketogenic diet, we have a 21-day keto challenge that you can follow to get your yourself into ketosis as quickly as
It
possible.
works really well.
Yeah. But that wraps up, those are fails that we have done. Go ahead and share in the comments. We love your guys' comments. Thanks so much for all your participation in our channel. And let us know, what have you done? What has been a fail? What has been a success for you with intermittent fasting? Thanks so much. And we will see you back here next week.
Yep, and Maddie is down here, but she's never really had any experience with fasting.
Yeah.
So
No,
she
she does not like to go long
no,
without
she had
eating.
nothing to contribute to that.